Okay, so we'll have in the manuals folder of the Oswald drive, there's a Topaz scripts for plotting. So it's just an Outlook message from a colleague. In here you've got two commands, the xdd out. What this will output is your x coordinate, a y observed line, a y calculated line, and also a y observed minus y calculated line. So that's your difference curve. So that's obviously within these two brackets, or this line plus these two, whatever in the brackets. Then the second component here is the phase information, and so this allows us to output the HKL, M as well, so that's a fourth integer. We've got despacing, we've got 2 theta, it's in radians, but that's what we want, and then we've got some sort of value, 100, that's any value that you want. You can change that value to be whatever you like, and all that will do is be the y coordinate on your graph. So if, for example, if you take this system here, my x coordinate for this graph here, if I highlight it, what is that? That's it is here. This one, yeah. Okay, so all I've done is I've put this. You can see there are 20,000. So this value here, I've put to be something like to be 150.
50, okay.
Okay, so it all depends on what your y-axis is here. You might want to change that to be 0, you might want to be 100, you might be on to 1,000. It all depends on what your diffraction intensity is like.
Okay.
So obviously at 140,000, this value needs to be a lot lower. It could be 0 even, right? You've got your over data, your model, and your difference curve for each of these. Now the output of this is in this format. So your output.ascii is this, where you've got 2 theta
Observed y.
Observed, calculated, and difference.
Yep.
Okay, so all I've done is essentially put them all into one graph. Okay, I've just dragged them all in. For this one here, you need to work it a little bit. So this is the other graph. So this is the second component, this phase out. So you can see that's HKL, it's called HKL ASCII. As long as these ASCII files are named differently, that's fine. But essentially what we have here is we've got HKLM, then we've got our despacing, 2 theta value, and then some sort of y coordinate. Now what you'll need to make sure is that you change your F column to be X. Okay. So set as X.
It's fine.
Okay, because that's going to be your X coordinate.
Yep.
And then it's up to you how you deal with this. So I've set it to be 150, or I've maybe output it to be 150. That wasn't good enough. That was too close to this blue line. So what I've done is I've added in a column here to the left hand side. I've added in a column so that I'm able to select it like that and drag it in.
Fine.
Ease of use. But what I've done here is I have analyzed, I've looked at the what it used to be like, and I felt actually I need to change this formula. So I've set the column value to be column H minus 100,000.
Okay.
10,000.
Yep.
Okay, and that gives me some sort of value that enables it to be spaced away from the actual difference curve.
Yeah.
And its individual is down at the bottom. But you can see here that, and this you can save as a template, save a template as, and that every time you do it, you can just use that template all the time. So you don't need to do all this X and Y and stuff associated with it.
Fine.
But that is a far better image than you're getting out of Topaz.
Fine, yeah.